Hi. How's it going? How did I do? Did I scare you right out of your pants? Happy Halloween, everybody. Yeah, I did this morning because I have been testing out some makeup looks. And what do you think? I mean, I like it. I actually enjoy it. The eyes are a pain in the butt. I didn't think the smile was going to be this big of an issue, but the eyes. Oh my god! Like if I take my glasses off and get close, it's just. I've never been good with eye makeup ever. I've never been good with makeup. Period. Honestly. So there's that. I look like a nerdy skeleton, and like I'm pale enough that it's like I don't have to whiten out my face. So I've been like this since since this morning, actually, even before Jeff's premiere. By the way, Jeff's cover of Jack's Lament is out on the YouTubes right now. Go check it out. He did a superb job with that one. I am so happy that he did that one. Actually, when he first announced it, I was like, yes, I was so happy. This is just so weird looking at myself in a camera right now and just seeing how ridiculous I look. This is how I usually look, you know? This is legit. And like I didn't go by like any tutorial. I just did it all myself. So, yeah. I was hoping Carly was here cuz I wanted to catch her, but she'll catch it on the replay, I suppose. So, I mean, even if she does come on, I'd be like, "Hi." So, loved it. Being running it since it came out was blown away with Hellfire. Yes, Hellfire 2, I was super happy about. Um, all of last week, I was listening to those songs on repeat on my phone. So, yeah, a lot of people are saying that Jack's Lament has topped Hellfire, and a lot of people have been saying that it's like Jack's Lament might possibly be better than Oogie Boogie's song. But, I think Oogie Boogie kind of paved the way for um, Jack's Lament kind of thing. So I really think that that's how that is. And yeah, Happy Thanksgiving weekend is Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada. So there's probably going to be a lot of cooking happening in the house today. So, and like I haven't had anybody see me like this. So I'm hoping that because I get brought some makeup remover. So I'm going to like try to rub it off before people see me because it's definitely better than the original Out of Halloween. I love the original. Danny Elfman, he did what he had to do at the time with that one because I remember watching, like, this was like a couple years ago, but I remember watching um just it was like the making of Nightmare Before Christmas, and Danny like kind of sat down with Tim Burton and he did like all the music himself because like he composed the thing. And not only like did he compose it, but he also worked on the music himself. And it's like uh yeah, like it was just one of those things that it was like Danny was like, okay, like, and their budget was extremely bad at the time. Their budget was tight. So then, and Tim was like, well, I'm getting rejected basically by everybody here with this because like nobody really thought that it was going to be like as classic as it was. So then eventually they just went and did like the thing. And Danny was like, okay, I'm going to compose this. So he wrote all the music, he wrote everything, sang the thing. Um, and he just did it, and now it's become a classic for so many people, myself included. I did not like Nightmare Before Christmas. I just when I saw Tim Burton's stuff, I was just kind of like, this is like really odd and really weird. But well, I definitely, if this was 20 years ago, I definitely wouldn't have ended up being like this. To be perfectly honest with you, I wouldn't have been doing it. So, let me look at the comments here. Hellfire is still playing in my head. Jack Clement is giving Hellfire a run for its money. So do I. I love Nightmare, but Jeff takes it to a new level. Yeah, Jeff always puts his own twist on things, and I love it. I was so happy when he first put this out. I was like, yes, I can die happy knowing that this song exists. If there was any other reason for me to die, that would be it. Yeah. Yeah, let me look. Let me pull up the live chat here. See if I've missed anybody. Because sometimes some people pop up that aren't necessarily following the channel, and then it's like, yeah. Yeah, and I kept on thinking to myself when Jeff first put this one out that it was like, how am I gonna do this? Or how is he gonna go about doing it? Like what different elements is he gonna throw in there? And there's so many. Like you've been giving me plenty of reasons of death this week. Oh, just because of pictures? I know, Mona. I know. I haven't killed you yet. I'm being merciful. I'm keeping you alive. There's a reason for it. So yeah. Yeah, Josh Lament, I've been listening to it at work on repeat. It's just been over and over and over. And I love the piano. I love it. Where he vanished and jumped up. Yeah. Yeah. That was good. That was really good. I wasn't expecting that jump scare. I was not expecting it. No, you haven't yet. Yeah, no, she hasn't died. And hello, May. Mona told me who you were, and when I saw you at the premiere, I was like, huh? Who is this person? So I'm glad, she told you about me. So, yeah. And she's like, yeah, this person is my older sister. And I'm like, oh, okay. So, that helps. So, for all the newcomers out there and for people who are here, is there anything you want to know about me and what I'm doing? I guess speaking of what I'm doing, last month I put out my Halloween video for Carly. That's done. That took a lot of work, so I'm glad that that's over and done with. And then for October, I have 2 podcast episodes that are in the works. I'm getting them edited right now. So I'm hoping that I can do that. Hang on. I have a text message from my dad. Hold on a sec. Okay. Oh, yeah. He just told me to open up the side door for heat because we're trying to heat up the house. It was amazing. Yeah. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So I got 2 episodes of the podcast that are almost ready. I still have to do the editing and then the thumbnails that I have to work on. So that's the thing. Those will be coming out probably, I would say next week sometime, probably. I'm a huge procrastinator. Like when it comes to procrastinating things, it's like, oh my God, I'm terrible for it. But and I already had coffee this morning. I probably should have gotten more before I came on here and did this, but the makeup took a little longer. So that's the thing. So yeah, any questions for me? So that's basically kind of the update for me. Yeah, it took me about almost 2 months to work on that one video for Carly. I started it in almost 3 months, because I started it in July and then ended in September-ish. So, I mean, all the work on it. I was still working on it like probably the week up to the actual release of it. So, voice play and Jeff's new Halloween videos are the best. Yes. We don't do much Halloween in the UK, but I'm starting to like it, listening to the guys. Halloween is my favorite time of year. I didn't think that I was going to be one of those people that loved Halloween. I used to not like Halloween for the longest time. And now I love it. So, and I think, VP and Jeff definitely have grown the anticipation and my love of it. I mean, I got all of my Thanksgiving stuff up, as you can see in the background there. But yeah, I have some Halloween stuff. I don't have a lot of stuff to put in this room, to be honest. Yeah, the hype is really what it is. Like, it's the thing. And it's like, it gives you a reason to kind of show off your darker side if you have one from your personality. And that's basically how I am. Like, it was just yesterday, I said to my dad, I was like, I should probably clip my fingernails. But then I'm like, but no, I really like using them to stab into the souls of my enemies. And he just kind of looked at me and he's like, okay, like, are you really my child? So the dark is always lurking. Yeah. And like, I, uh, like I've been introverted. Well, like, I am introverted. And it's like, at the end of the day, after I've been doing the peopling thing almost all day, just, whatever, it's just like, I just need my space. I need to be in my own space and in my own thing. Oh, hey, Dorothy? Is that how you say it? Dorothy? Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, Halloween was not a big thing for me, but we would always go out. Like, when I was a kid, I would go out for Halloween candy. Um, it's with a hard T. Got it. The dark is always near. Yeah, the dark is my favorite now. Really, it's like my favorite time of the year. It's just like the weather's cool. You're not sweltering in the heat. You're not dying. Um, Loving the Jeff inspired makeup. Yeah, eh? Yeah, did it myself. It's hard to do it on yourself. And like, I was just using, where was the mirror that I was using for this? Ugh. Like, this is it. That's all it is. Just a small little mirror. And like, well, it has like the magnified side, so then it makes everything look a little bit like closer. Oh, there I am right there. There you can see me. Then there's like the other side that's just like the regular side. So I managed to get a little bit up close with like the more bigger details, but it's like the eyes were the hardest problem, because it's like I was using two different types of like eyeshadow, and it's super hard just to kind of measure out, just to get it dark enough. I was having trouble getting it dark enough. So, but anyway. And yes, no foundation at all for my face. I'm just that naturally pale because I don't go out into the sun. So, I'm secretly a Dompier. I'm a day walker, if you will. Yeah, so that's basically what I have been up to. I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning. Didn't get out of bed until 6:30 because it was cold in the house. It has been super cold. Used to perform in musicals. I was a dancer and I always had to do our own makeup, so I know the struggle. Yeah, I tried to do Oogie Boogie last year. Oh my god. It was just atrocious. It was terrible. Well, because like I was just kind of rushing with it, because like it was like um because like it was Halloween and I was doing my makeup and I was rushing and getting it done, and like it was just the whole entire thing. But thank God I didn't go to work with that type of a look on my features, because like I was like, this is terrible. And like, I'm in no way in professional. Like, I rarely do this at all, if at all. So I only do it like once a year. So what does that tell you? There are few who deny that what I do I am the best, for my talents are renowned far and wide. When it comes to surprises in the moonlit night, I excel without ever really trying. With the slightest little effort of my ghost-like charms, I have seen grown men give out a shriek. With the wave of my hand and a well-placed moan, I have swept the very bravest off their feet. So, you know, the voice is helping me today. It's a little bit deeper because it's been getting so dry here, and yeah, it's just been hard. Ida, oh my God, I haven't seen you in a hot minute. How are you doing, my dear? I have not seen you forever. See, I'm bringing the people. It's the makeup. I'm gonna blame it on that. It's the makeup. And like everybody's saying, it's like, what are you going for Halloween? This. That's what I'm doing. Gonna scare the pants off a whole bunch of 90-year-olds. Send them to an early grave. No, I'm kidding. My God. I hope they don't get scared out by that. I mean, that would be awful. Been very busy with being an adult. Ugh, adulthood. Yeah. Who likes adulthood? Being perfectly honest. Yeah, and I'm telling you guys, if you guys aren't Jeff's Patreon, you should definitely join and just join us, because watching the behind the scenes for Jack's Lament, oh my goodness. He put in 4 days of work just to make that happen. And he did an amazing job with it. Good makeup for Halloween. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's relatively easy. There's not like a whole lot of detail. I mean, of course, it's not Rick Underwood style. Good Lord. Like if I was to, have black hands for the whole day, God, I'd be, I wouldn't be able to do my job if I had skeletal hand, like skeleton painted black hands. I wouldn't be able to do it. But yeah. And then some of my coworkers went out and they brought like dresses that are gonna go like for it, but I'm like, I'm gonna opt out on that. I've never been one to be like in a group when it comes to Halloween, because it's like I want to be unique. I want to be my own thing. I want to do it. Oh, that piano. Ugh. Seriously. Who knew adult life would be making you tired before you even got out of bed? I feel that, Ida. I have been burnt out more than you can possibly say. Not only just with like Monday to Friday work, but then on Saturday and Sundays, I'm working on all of the VP related stuff, VP YouTube related stuff. He even had his chest made up. Oh my God. And seriously, Margaret, you need to zoom in on his throat, his larynx. Oh, I have a soft spot for that man's larynx. Let me tell you. I have a soft spot for him. He looked especially fabulous. The emphasis on abulous. It's crazy. So have I. Yes. So he's just a very, very good looking guy. I mean, I'm saying. Okay. So I don't know if Amanda's going to be here. I think she's going to be, because she liked the message that I sent her. So, yes, he was. It's just Jeff hits one note. Oh my God. And I'm like, it's Shenandoah all over again. This has been like what? The 3rd or 4th piano that he has sat down at that has been so terribly out of tune. Oh, and the story behind that piano. Oh, good Lord. And I'm super excited for the thing that Jeff has done with Patty Cake. Patty Cake patrons got a chance to listen to the song that they're working on. It's dope. It's absolutely dope. Like, it's going to be worth waiting for it for next year. So at the end, the music went off to Beetlejuice Land. It did. I love that. I just absolutely love that. Like I had listened to that and I'm like, oh, It's just so pretty. And then discovering snow, I'm so glad they put that in there. And zero, oh my god, I was like, "Oh, it's working." They put in those missing elements, and I'm like, "Oh, so happy." I squealed. I squealed. And did anybody else order merch off of the site? I did. Was the cost me $60, but was worth it. Yeah. I'm pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome that they put that in there. I was happy about that. So, any questions for me right now, you guys? Anything that you're curious about? Anything you want to know? What did I get? I got the hoodie, the Jack's Lament hoodie, because I figured I'm like I need more sweaters because my other ones they're getting old and they're bleach stained. So and I like to be comfy. I got it in a large, so it's gonna kind of be the same size as this one, but it's like cozy. So, and with October, winter usually comes fairly quickly. So, you want one? I burped. I apologize. So I'm back. Had to finish the collage for a drawing of a certain someone. You finished it? Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm excited. I'm super excited. I want to see it so bad. Want to see it so bad. Ordered the print. Sweet. Sweet. Signed print. I don't know. I mean, it's like I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about getting a print. I probably should, before they sell out. So, how the heck did you find motivation? Do you find motivation to post, especially on Instagram? I haven't posted in so long because I don't know what to post about. So the thing is, I mean, for me to find motivation to post, um, a lot of it has just been random. I try to fit a post probably once or twice a day if possible. If it's anything and everything, it's just like it could just be random stuff. It could be, something, anything. Um, but I just go for it. But it also helps that I have like the YouTube channel and that I have stuff on Discord, like stuff on Discord. Um and it's my own Discord. It's not, the Jeff or the voice play Discord. I made my own because I have my reasons. um but yeah, like that really kind of helps keep me going and keeps me motivated to do things. Um and like I think that that's just kind of the way that I've done things. I just post what makes me feel good, whether it be, me taking a picture of myself and posting it on Instagram, or just posting about about my day, uh, stuff like that. And then there are times when I don't go and post anything because it's just like I don't have anything to post, and that's fine. It's totally fine. Just do what you need to do, because I find like Instagram can be a sponge, because like the last couple of weeks I had been trying to just kind of pull myself away from just from Instagram as a whole, and it's like it's hard. I got to put it into like a bag, and then put that bag I have to put it inside of a box, and then I have to put that box inside of another box, and then I'll mail that box to myself, and when it arrives, smash it with the hammer. So, there you go. Or the giant veggies you have. Yes, we did amazing this year for vegetables in our garden. Our zucchinis were probably about the size of probably the size of my computer screen. They were huge. And we shredded them all up, and we've saved them. We froze all of the shreddings, and then we're just going to put them into like um double chocolate loaf or something like that. Like we're going to put them to use. So that's the thing. And most of the peppers have been cut up and put into tomato sauce. Let me put that there. There we go. Yeah, we usually make spaghetti sauce almost every year. So it makes a good chili base too. Makes a perfect potato or chili base. So yeah, that's what we do. And I mean, we did really well with our garden this year because it was hot. Heat works. Secondly, yeah, not only does heat work, but also um sand for the ground works well, and using rainwater and our own compost. Did you burn the hell out of your pizza, Margaret? I have grilled cheese every Friday. We have grilled cheese Fridays. We've had pizza night. I think it was about like a month ago by this point. And we had fungus on our pizza. Because pizza is not complete without a little fungus. Yeah. William is so cute. And he's getting big. Holy cow. It seems like almost every time I see him, he's grown like another foot. Pencil shavings. Yeah, don't eat the pre-shredded stuff. It's full of pencil shavings or something. The pencil shaving. I mean, pre-shredded cheese is always good if like you're lazy like myself and you just need a quick little to put on there. We actually use the garlic toast, or not garlic toast. They're like the garlic breadsticks from or garlic fingers from Costco. We use that as our base. Then we put on extra pepperoni, mushrooms, peppers, and then extra cheese, and then put it in the oven for like, for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, to where it's like almost burnt. But then it's like it just gives you that good, crispy, crunchy crust that is just, oh, so good. So that's how we do pizza in our house. We don't have a pizza oven, but it was hilarious because I went to the grocery store a couple days ago and I saw pizza ovens and I just started laughing my ass off. I was just like, nobody knows the joke of what's going on in my head right now. But it's like, this is just hilarious. So fun. So, yeah, and like even with our grilled cheese, like we use um smoked Gouda, sourdough bread. Oh, so good. Yeah, smoked Gouda cheese, sharp cheddar, and uh, and then mushrooms, white mushrooms. So it's delicious. Put mushrooms into a grilled cheese, you're good to go. Put a little bit of Frank's Red Hot on it. Oh yeah, oh yeah, that's the way to do it. Here I am talking about food and coffee. Who does that sound like? Who talks about food when he's not doing voice play related stuff? So, and here is the part of the chat where I don't know what to talk about because the caffeine is running out of my system. Yes, we've talked. Okay, let's talk about Hellfire for a minute here. And I I love that song. I don't know what anybody what anybody um Jeff burnt the hell out of his pizza in one of them and loved when his lad repeated it. Yeah, that's William for you. It's like a Jeff chat all over again. I know. It's like we're talking about coffee, food, or Jeff himself. Um, yeah, Hellfire. I don't care what anybody says. I do like Hellfire. The song, interesting. It's interesting, but also like I get that the subject matter has not aged well. I'd like to say that it has not aged well in the past couple of years. Um, just because of the subject matter, I totally get it. Because people are speaking out about real life issues, and I get it. Um, but also, it's like we need to focus more on like this was what it was like back then, and opposed to now. Yes, we're trying to move forward, but it was like it, but it's like it's a completely different argument that I don't want to get into. Caesar was brilliant. Yes, Caesar's guitar solo. It took me a hot minute to pick up on that, and I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, he did an actual freaking guitar solo. What the heck? The one part that gets me in Hellfire is the Latin. Because when it goes like Mia my Sima Koopa and it's Jeff and Jay, I'm like, yes. And then I never even realized that it was like there's 3 generations of baritones. Lane, Jay, and Caesar. And I'm like, oh my god, I had no idea. It was crazy. So yeah. Okay, just give me a second here, guys. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. And Tony, yes. hope I got you guys again. Mine alone, yes. Minister Frollo, the gypsy, has escaped. What? He's nowhere in the cathedral. I'm afraid she's gone. But how? Never mind. Get out, you idiot. I'll find her. I'll find her, and I'll find her if I have to burn down all of Paris. So yeah, it's always fun. Yes, you did. Good. I did it again. That's awesome. Yes. And I mean, I can kind of understand Jeff's distaste for the song cuz it's very sexually explicit. Like it's just giving that message of like, yes, because I'm like I'm a judge and I can get away with some of this stuff. But then when you really think about it, it's like, oh yeah, I can see like I can definitely understand why Jeff didn't want to do it. It's completely understandable, but Lane put him up to it and was like, you do it. So he's like, okay, fine, I'll do it. The fire in the eyes, yeah. I don't know if you saw my post. I mean, I know Mona saw it, but I put that photo and then I said, I'm like, why I see him standing there, why his smoldering eyes still scorch my soul. I feel her, I see her, the sun caught in her raven hair. Oh god, they're just so much better than me. Burn it. And so yeah, it's like because like when it released on Patreon, I was listening to it, and I'm just like, okay, like this is just so good, so good. And we get to like the whole God have mercy on her, and then we get to but she will be mine, or she will. And like I'm like, come on, Jeff, you got this. And sure enough, he goes off, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, I have to lie down. It's like I need to recenter myself after that because it was just so good. And I kept on saying to myself, I'm like, thank God Jeff got over COVID when he did. And I'm hoping that he's feeling all right because Lane put him up to a challenge. And I think he also did it to himself too with Jack's Lament. Like he put himself into that challenge. I don't know what faith he's in, but Italians are usually Catholic, and this part would not sit easy, but it was a brilliant nevertheless, and he did it brilliantly. Yeah, and like I understand that because it's like Roman Catholic and just Catholic as a whole. Yeah, not that I necessarily go to church. I don't. Um I tried, I tried it once wasn't a good experience for me, so I was like, "I'm just gonna stay out of here. I'm just gonna go to the Temple of Voice Play instead." So, I stayed there. But, yeah, I mean, I can completely understand, like, if he was raised Catholic, um, I can understand why it would be a very touchy subject, completely. So, uh, can I join you? Join me at the Temple of Voice Play? Yes. I mean, if you're all yeah. I mean, absolutely. Um, yeah, it's always interesting just even seeing because like, I was afraid, like, even when Hellfire went out, that there was gonna be a lot of people that would discover it and then just be, like, on the message boards going, "Duh, you should, like, like, reconsider, blah, blah, blah." But I was like, "Mm," like, it's just a song, it's their take on it, relax. I was born Catholic, but now I'm lapsed, so I understand it, and I'm proud I did it justice. Yeah, they did an amazing job of that one, and, like, I find when it comes to covers of those types of songs that are a little bit more, um, uneasy and are kind of, like, on the end of, like, uncomfortable, people really have to take a step back, and before they get offended on that specific subject, that it's like, you just have to really sit back and be like, "Okay, is this hurting me? No. Is this gonna be hurting somebody I know of? Possibly. But it's up to their interpretation. Like if it's gonna hurt them, then yes, you can be vocal about it. But also it's like don't just try to give it a whole bunch of like dislikes just to be like, oh, to say that it's like, oh, this like hurts me in some sort of a way. That's not to bring attention to it in like the proper way. Because like, yeah, and like I know terrible things have happened, like have do happen to people, but it's like, we're just always bringing attention to it and then trying to kind of throw blame around, and that's causing a lot of negativity and unrest in the world. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that tangent. So, any questions? Anything? It's a good song, very emotional, also sad for that character. He's facing his doom, basically. Yeah, he's facing his doom, and he's trying to like keep whatever sainthood that he does have, knowing that he's um just to think that because he's been respected by the general community for being this judge, even though he's a hard ass judge, very cruel, very you know um just evil essentially. But it's that I think in a way we all have that internal struggle. Like when you really think about it, like has there ever been a time in your life where you've sat there and you've been like, this person has is just driving me crazy, that it's like, can they just go jump off a bridge? Like, it's so easy to get stuck into that like term of like negativity. And like just because you get frustrated and you get upset and like, like your vision clouds and your thoughts get gerbled. And then it's like you always have that internal struggle. I mean, I think I've had that internal struggle maybe almost my whole life. Like um not towards a gypsy named Esmeralda, mind you, but I've had that internal struggle of like, okay, like I'm trying to be perfect or I'm trying to be a certain way to gain the positivity of other people. And it's like, no, it's like, you can't be the same person. Like we can't be all the same, because if we were all the same, the world would be an extremely boring place to be. And it's like, I like people that are unique. I mean, I like people that are unique to certain faults. There have been some people that I've come across in my career and in my life that I'm like, yeah, just keep on going. Like, you do your own thing. I don't necessarily agree with it, but go do your own thing. Feel ultimately Frollo is just terrified of not living up to his task he was chosen to do. Because he definitely think he was chosen for this position. Yes. Yeah. No one is perfect. That's true. And unfortunately, things like social media have tried to make us look like we're perfect, but it's like we're not. Very brave to do this song considering, as you have said, the worry that there could have been backlash. Yeah, like that was like my biggest concern was that there was going to be backlash because of it. But so far, I mean, it's been pretty like let me go back to Folsom Prison Blues for a second here because it was like right after it had been released. There were people in the comments that were just hitting up with it, and a lot of them are trolls on the internet, and Jeff has spoken about this. Um, but but also like people were saying that it's like, oh, I just hate this. Like it's just like that's just terrible. Like it's like this is what would be written if it was in a gate. Like it's like I think the comment was it was like, I feel like this was written if you were going down on dudes. Like, what the hell? But then it's like it's buried under all the positive and all the amazing and all the wow and all the, you did great um type of thing. But it's just like people. People are just the worst. And I totally feel Jeff's pain when it comes to that. And like even myself, like even on my own YouTube channel, I had people reach out to me on comments that are just like, "What the fuck? This isn't funny." And it's like you should quit like doing what you're doing. And I'm just like, "No, I'll do me. You do you. You're an asshole. Go away." Like, just keep on living your sad and and envious life. I mean, if you're envious of me for some reason, then it's like, whatever. Yeah. Oh, Lord. Exactly. You never ask them to watch your stuff. Exactly. It's like I never did it. Like I just upload for myself mostly. I just do it because it's like this is a thing and it's like this is what I want to do. This is what people to see. Like it's like I don't even care about the views, you guys. Like it's like okay, if one of them got like, 20 views, great. That's fine. I don't care. It's like it just kind of makes me see that it's like I can work a little bit harder next time. Never give in to them, and I hope Jeff and the guys never do. I mean, at this point, they have pretty good, strong, um, like thicker skin. I think, like you really have to have that thicker skin, and you can't let those things go personally, because when you think about it, they are just people that are on the internet typing probably from their mother's basement or somewhere else that probably is not safe for work or being, professional in any sort of way. But yeah, it's like, and I've had my fair share of people that I've had to block because of people just being rude and being um vitriol because it's like I can't deal with that. I deal with enough people on a day-to-day basis. The last thing that I want to see is somebody write something on the internet towards me saying that it's like, "Oh, you suck." It's like, "Yeah, well, you suck harder, probably." Hmm. I love your stuff, honestly. Thank you, Dorothy. I like it. Dorothy. Sorry. I should probably say it. Hard T. 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 And everybody was freaking out with me on the in the premiere for Jack's Lament that it was like I was talking about pecan. I say it pecan. A lot of people say it pecan, and I'm like, no, don't do it. Just don't do it. Voice playing Jeff, you were all entertaining and you do good work, and I love listening to you all. Yeah. I mean, it's like, pecan. Yes, pecan. Believe it or not. And I'm like, no, it's pecan. Pecan. But I know, people in the UK and other places, they say it differently. Like, it's just like enunciation. I get it. If you've been, like everybody in certain parts of Canada, not necessarily where I'm from, but other parts in Canada, if I was to say about, they would pronounce it a boot because it's just the accent. So it's like I don't say it. And then it's like, people classify as like every Canadian says that, and it's like I don't. I've never said a boot in my life because I'm just not from Nova Scotia, and I'm not from Newfoundland, and I'm not from that other part where that accent is a thing. So yeah. So I'm going on 45 minutes here. This is fun. This has been fun so far. Yeah. Any other kind of dire questions that you wanted to know, or just generally speaking? I will wait. Oh God. This is like a Jeff chat, honestly. I'm based in Canada. Yes. Saskatchewan. So it's kind of like it's away from the place that's been on fire for like the past like couple months, almost all year. I'm past that. Um, but yeah, all the smoke has been rolling in through the place. Like all summer, we just had like a super smoky summer. So it was like, ugh. And then it's like the other province was getting, well, like we had wildfires here too, but most of them had been contained. So they weren't like super crazy. Not as bad as BC. BC got it bad. They like not only did they have wildfires, but then they had landslides, mudslides, because everything was so dry and they weren't getting any rain. So then it was like, I can ramble off in Norwegian if you like. I mean, go ahead. I mean, ramble off in the chat if you want. I won't understand a word. Pardon me again, I burped. This is I haven't eaten yet since I woke up this morning burp. And the only thing I have in my stomach is water and coffee. Not even water, it's just been coffee. Yeah, don't follow in my footsteps for bad health habits, guys. Don't do it. Should send some of our rain to you. Yeah. I mean, I would love to have rain more than snow. My God. We had a little bit of snow, like 2 days ago, and I'm like, oh God. I'm like, no. Thursday we had snow, and I'm like, no. Too early. Way too early for that. I mean, I'm even surprised that we're having good weather on Thanksgiving this year, because the last like few years we've just been having crappy weather for Thanksgiving. Just absolutely crappy. So have no idea what that means, Mona. Translate it for me, will you? I don't even know if I can translate it on here. Oh God. I got 2 people that are speaking Norwegian. You should get some food. Oh, is that what that is? Yeah. You should get some food and more coffee into me. So that's just basically what I've been doing. Like, I don't know what else to eat now because it's almost noon. So I don't know what to eat. We keep having Sunday 30 degrees. So good. Where are you based out of, Dorothy? Dorothy. Where are you based out of? I forget where. I think you've told me, but I don't remember where exactly. Lunch. Eat lunch. Might fry an egg. Have brunch for lunch. Oh, there's another. Oh, just work-related stuff. Actually trying to work on a video. Might be. Wait. Okay. Oh. So, a friend of mine was saying that she was going to come by, and then she's busy working on a video right now. So, yeah. I'll give her time. I'll see if she shows up. Austria. Nice. I've never been to Europe. I've wanted to go to Europe, but it's expensive. And then did you hear about Paris? Oh my God. They're getting overrun with bed bugs. Scary. In a valley surrounded by mountains. Luckily, all the rain falls down on the other side of the mountains, and we get all the nice weather. Oh, that sounds beautiful. I've seen pictures of Austria. I almost said Australia. Oh my god. It's just the little upset that I had in the premiere too. Like I was like, "Oh, Normandy is getting snow," when I meant um not Normandy. I meant Norway. And I'm like, I am so good at geography. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about bed bugs, man. Gross. We for a hot minute at where I work, we had a cockroach infestation. Ugh, ugh, gross. Oh god, yeah. It's funny because everybody asks me because I'm in Canada. They ask if I like something said like somebody said something that was like so bizarre that it was just like, "Oh, do you hunt whales?" It's like, "Yes. I go out into the flat friggin' prairies that have no water other than, probably a lake that's in my city at best. You can't fit a damn whale in there." And people ask me if I go whale hunting in the winter. People are just dumb. It's like, I cannot believe it. UK now, but Manchester, so up north, but started out in London. Ah, very nice. Yeah, they think Canada and Wales, but it's like, no, we're beavers and murder and chicken cobras. Y'all ever heard of a chicken cobra? I bet you haven't. Don't meet one. It's like if you ask every Italian if they eat pasta and pizza every day. Yeah, it technically no. Like the stereotypes for Italians is like pasta and pizza, when the majority are probably drinking espresso, drinking wine, or cappuccinos. Like it's just that there are certain things that it's like, oh yeah, we were known for it. So then people are like, yeah. Okay, so who wants to know what a cobra chicken is? I will tell you what a cobra chicken is. Okay, Margaret wants to know. A cobra chicken is a Canada goose because they are probably the meanest fucking birds that we have in this country. You go up to them and they will not have it. They will sass you out and they will try to freaking like just bite you any friggin' chance they get. And it's like the reason why we call them cobra is because like before they go for the attack, they like have their necks like all the way back and then they just like they will just throw themselves forward. And it's like, oh my god, it's like just get away from me. And like and they hiss too. Like they hiss like a snake. So it's like, oh, it's like these birds can ride off. And I will never forget this. There was a dude that he was by a couple cobra chickens and like the lake where we have like it doesn't have like a gate around it, so it's like people I wouldn't put my feet in that water because it's absolutely disgusting. But anyway, and there was a couple of geese that were just like on the bank, and the one, I think it was getting close to where they were having babies, so it was in springtime. So they're even more nasty in the springtime because they're in heat and they're protecting the eggs and blah blah blah. So the male, I think it was the male, he's like hissing and like he's got his like wings up and he's like, huh, it's like I'm gonna come bite you. And then the guy was like, okay. So he just takes a step back. Like he's trying to give the goose his space. Like it's like, I don't want to get bit. I'm just gonna give this guy his space. Whatever. He's letting me know that it's like I gotta stay away. So Goose comes, and then the guy's like, okay, I'm gonna back off. Goose comes closer. Guy backs off. Goose comes closer. So then the guy backs off. Goose turns around and goes back to where he was. Guy comes up, and throws his leg back and kicks that freaking goose right into the water. It was the funniest thing that I have ever seen in my life. And I'm just like, dude, you better book it the hell out of here. Because if that goose has 2 more seconds, he's gonna be you're gonna die. You will be chased down by this goose. So yeah, they're vicious. They're absolutely vicious. And if they're provoked, even worse. People think we have mooses and reindeer in our backyard, and sometimes they are correct. Yeah, like we have moose here in Canada, like kind of more in Alberta and BC. But also you have to be careful in Alberta because I just saw a video the other day. Somebody was trying to drive on like a rural kind of like area, and there were elk. And the elk just kind of came over to the person's car and like hit it a couple times with its antlers, and it's like, nope, nope, nope. It's like, nope. Give animals their space, guys. Give animals their space. Because they're not particularly worried about you. They're rather worried about their babies. Some people use geese as home guards like a guard dog. It's crazy. I've never met somebody who has ever done that, I don't think. The only guard dogs that we have around here are actual dogs. So that's the thing. Never seen a moose. They're big. They're huge. They can run at 35 miles per hour. Top notch. So for what, like, they're about, God, they're like almost a ton. So yeah, don't get close to one of them. Don't do it. They are a lot bigger and smaller than you. Or smaller. They're a lot bigger than you and they will crush you. Had a moose family in my garden when I lived on farm. Yeah, and then even in Alberta, we got bears. Like bears will just come into people's backyards and chill in their pools. Deforestation and getting rid of people's habitats. It's sad. And you're soft and squishy. That's right. That is right. Oh, what was it? I think it was like. Oh, it was funny because in that going back to Jeff here with the interview that he just did with Tara Simons. Um, you guys should go check that one out too. It was so hilarious because he was talking about like how he was getting hit by a bus or something, and like he said something about like getting hit by a truck, and I'm like, buddy, it's not a truck, it's a train. You almost got hit by a train, so you know. Lots of shows here. The shows, the wild animals in Canada and USA. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh, geez. So we're almost going on to 59 minutes. Well, this has been fun, you guys. It's been fun. I did not think that the makeup was going to work as well as it did. So I'm super happy for it. So, any other last minute questions before we maybe wrap this up here? Because I have to eat. My stomach is growling. I don't know if you guys have been hearing it, but my stomach has been growling. It has. It looks great. Thank you. I've enjoyed this. I'm glad. I'm glad. I try to interact with my audience for people who watch the podcast episodes. And I've been slowly been working back on that too, like just updating the thumbnails and whatnot. So thank you for doing it. You're welcome. This was fun. Yeah, glad to have you around, May, for your first one, I think. And like it's been awesome meeting you too. So this was really fun. Yeah. Have to come back next month and do it again. So yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. Get me some food in me and get some coffee. God for coffee. I love coffee. I mean, I always knew you did live streams, but I always miss them. Yeah, and people do, and that's okay. Because sometimes, well, also sometimes like I've listed it as unlisted, so then it's like only like a specific group of people can come and join. But I've always said I'm like, no, everybody's welcome to watch and to see what's going on. So I'm, gonna leave this one public and see how many clicks I get just for the makeup alone. So go eat, you need to. Yeah, yeah, because if I don't eat, then I'm just gonna fall over. Okay. Well, on that note, I'm gonna go fall over. Okay, so thanks so much, you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Hope I didn't scare you too much. If I did, then ha ha. Do you want me to kind of do like a close up here, just so that you can kind of get a good look? Side, the other side. Glasses off. Yeah, the eyes. I need to work on the eyes a little bit more, but yeah, there it is. So yeah. Bye.